Hey guys, so this is a different video than usual. Something happened last night that a lot of people are going to freak out about, and I'm not one of those people that's going to freak out. I never do. You're going to start seeing a ton of videos out on YouTube right now about the DMCA, about copyright, about felonies, about illegal streaming, about all this crap. There were two laws that were passed There were two laws passed yesterday on the COVID relief bill. That's incorrect. The bill that passed the other night was not just the COVID relief bill. It was a government spending bill. It was to keep the government open. And it was a bill that had to pass. If they didn't pass it, the government would shut down again. They refused to allow that to happen again. But because it was going to be a must-pass bill, things started getting attached to it, including the C.A.S.E. Act and including the one that Tom Tillis put forward. If you don't know what DMCA means, it means Digital Millennial Copyright Act. It protects all of the creators in various ways that use digital media to show or preview their art form in all forms. And that covers not just video creators. It covers anyone who puts product out there, digital media, digital magazines, newspapers, photography, digital artists that do 3D, 4D 3D or 4D renders of creations. It encompasses a lot of territory. Because it's digital and people are smarter with how to manipulate media nowadays, copyright has become a bigger issue. We do have the Fair Use Act, and some people like to use that and stretch it as far as they possibly can. Some people even say that reactors, like myself and others, twist fair use into their own use, which I'm not even going to comment on. I'm not going to say yay or nay on that. There was a punishment for copyright infringement for violation of the DMCA. That was a misdemeanor. Part of the new act that was attached to the must-pass bill changed that from being a misdemeanor to a felony. I was watching a lot of the copyright lawyer channels here on YouTube and paying close attention to a lot of what they were saying, and there's so much area that is gray in this right now, but they're not 100% sure, and they probably won't know what all the true ground rules are until people are brought to task on it. The C.A.S.E. law, or the C.A.S.E. Act, creates a forum type thing where cases are brought before it instead of going to a court to be discussed and decided upon. And the leaders or the... Is it leaders or is it judges? The ones that do the deciding would be determined by the U.S. Library of Congress, I believe. It's all weird. And I do suggest, I will put down the links below of some of the lawyers that I had been watching and paying attention to on what they were saying. As for me, I'm just going to sit through and ride this through. I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing. There's a lot of reactors out there right now that are all up in arms and, oh, the world's coming to the end and this is the end to YouTube as we know it, and oh, this is going to destroy all of us. It's not. It's not. And one of the reasons that I believe it won't, we all of us, creators and viewers, are what keeps YouTube around. Without any of us, there wouldn't be a YouTube. Now, because of that, what one thing YouTube could do, if it looked into it, is lobby for workaround, which would be something similar to like purchasing the rights to air, and then it would be able to offer to creators a membership type thing where we would purchase a membership, and that purchase for the membership would allow us to have license to air. That's just one way. Because if we all got a license, I know through the music industry they give out licenses so that you can say I had a bar and I wanted to have live music there, but I need a specific license to have that because of copyright laws have become harder. And so they do sell you a license based on the square footage and on the amount of people that you see in a year come into your facility. And depending on what kind of license you want. And they're not cheap. They are not cheap at all. I think I've heard of one that was somewhere between $35,000 and $50,000 a year. And I know a smaller club that has open mic down the street from me has to pay something like $5,000 a year just for their license. That's for them to have the music in their club that is being performed by someone. And they do that so that the performer does not have to purchase a license to be able to play their music. But it also limits the performer, because that means they can't come out and do whatever they want to do. Anywhere they want to go. But they could if they wanted to purchase their own license. Of course, they have to ensure that they're making more than $5,000 a year per gig year so that, it covers it and it makes it profitable for them. So there's workarounds. There's ways to get around it. And we still don't even know how it's going to go down. Now, some people are wondering, well, are they copywriting the video games themselves? Are gamers going to not be able to stream the game that they're playing? We don't know yet. That games was not actually listed in the list, so we don't know. I don't do that, though. I don't game. Well, I mean, I game, but I don't stream it. People were talking about if someone is streaming live, but someone else in the room starts playing some music. Yeah. That's offensible. They could come after that. I think it was it Twitch that recently had a major issue with their DMCs, and they were having people go through and remove videos that had claims against it or something weird. It was like a massive amount of claims that all of a sudden Twitch was getting. I believe it was Twitch. Anyways, I don't think that there's anything to freak out about right now. I know that a lot of lawmakers out there were unaware that this was happening because it was last minute added to the bill. Last minute, I knew about it 2 weeks ago. They don't pay attention to a lot of things I pay attention to, and vice versa. If you look at the bill that was passed yesterday, there's over 5,000 pages of it. It's not just COVID relief. It's not just a stimulus check. There's a lot of stuff that got tacked to it. And they had a printing problem and weren't able to print it up until the last minute, so the legislatures couldn't get it to go through it, and they were shocked to find out what was in it, and my mother ate a horse, all whatever. A lot of the media knew what was going into this bill. They could have had an intern paying attention to writing down a list of what was going on so that they had an idea of what was going on in this bill. The crimes that are in that bill are long. And I say that because I don't think this should have been added to that bill. This was the 4th attempt to get this bill passed. To get this particular part of this bill passed. And the reason it wasn't passed the other 3 times was because, no, it is not a felony. No one is storming a bank with a gun. This is not the equivalent of that. If it's a repetitive thing, if you are making money specifically by stealing someone else's work, and you've gone to court over it, and you've been fined on it several times, yes, the amount of time should add up and become a felony. Like, you're allowed to break the law 4 times, be caught 4 times, and fined 4 times. But if you do it a 5th time, you're now going to serve time, kind of thing, in my opinion. But there were other things that were also in this bill that I hate American politics, I do. There were a ton of things in this bill. I do suggest you go check it out. I know that there are going to be people all over here on YouTube that's going to list everything that was in there and whatnot. But as for right now, this is not a major thing to a majority of YouTubers. The ink is barely dry on it. They would still have to come up with a way to get this taken care of, to create the form, to choose people that are going to be doing the judging, to figure out how it would be filed, to do all of that other crap that goes on. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I'm going to keep doing my stuff. I'm going to keep doing my thing. I'm just going to keep doing it. And for everyone else who's out there who is pulling their hair out by the roots, who are freaking out and flipping out, and the sky is falling, calm down. I know that this is your lifeline. I know that. I get it. But every house is capable of being burnt down to the ground. It's your job to do everything that you can do to make sure your house is protected. Just because someone lights a candle inside the house doesn't mean flip out. Calm down. Step back. Take a look at it. It's okay. We too will put this fire out. Anyways, that's my thoughts. I'm going to put some links down below on the case law for this, on the articles about this, the other lawyers that I've been following on this, and whatever. Guys, thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for listening to my little rant and rave and all that good crap. And I will catch you on the next one, guys. Have a great day.